Hi, friends. Today I want to talk about the importance of grounding our attempts to avoid evil in an active pursuit of acquiring virtue. Too often, I think Christians frame moral theology only in terms of the evil that must be avoided. While it is certainly noble and necessary to avoid evil, an overemphasis on the avoidance of vice can actually detract from a healthy focus on cultivating virtue. Properly understood, the pursuit of Christian virtue requires a balanced and bilateral moral theological framework focused on developing goodness while resisting evil. In this short video, I will support this two-sided approach to virtuous living by showing how it is grounded in biblical and Thomistic concepts of virtue before revealing the negative effects of trying to divorce the two emphases. Now, Jesus teaches us that obedience is an integral part of love. Quote, "If you love me, you will keep my commandments," end quote. He goes further. Christians are not only called to sin no more, but commanded to love neighbor and enemy alike along the way. When Scripture teaches that love covers a multitude of sins, it is certainly speaking of Christ's sacrificial love poured out for us on the cross. But I think that the layers of meaning stretch much further than that. When we demonstrate charity to others, we are actively mirroring Christ. And as we become more like him, the allure of sin begins to wane. So, love doesn't just conquer and cover our past sins, it actually prevents more from happening. This interplay is on full display in the Beatitudes. To illustrate why it is crucial to maintain this bilateral approach, it is helpful to recall the Thomistic privation model of good and evil. Indeed, just as evil is the privation of goodness, so too are particular vices the privations of particular virtues. When viewed in this light, the avoidance of evil cannot be cut off from the development of its corresponding virtue, for they are essentially and inextricably connected. Aquinas peels back the layers when he describes how, because, quote, "sin is opposed to virtue, from the very fact that a man sins, there results a diminution of that good of nature, which is the inclination to virtue," end quote. That is why the best way to resist evil is to cultivate goodness. Indeed, if you are full of goodness, there is no room left for evil, for there is nothing lacking in you. In this way, the Thomistic understanding of evil as a privation of goodness reinforces our need for a dual focus. Bolstering the essential identity characteristics of good and evil are compelling practical reasons to merge our pursuits. Because the vice and virtue trajectories run parallel to each other, isolating our resistance and cultivation, respectively, is like trying to fight with one arm tied. It is inefficient, if not altogether ineffective. By neglecting the importance of the connection between the two pursuits, we run the risk of deceiving ourselves into perceiving greater moral progress than has actually occurred. When eradicating a specific vice, we must watch for signs of growth in the corresponding virtue. If no such growth occurs, it should raise a red flag, causing us to revisit the opposing vice and redouble our efforts against it. We have now seen how the pursuit of goodness is inseparable from the avoidance of evil. I have shown how the two complement and reinforce each other. Holy Scripture and church tradition alike teach that both are to be kept in focus. So Catholics will be wise to intentionally avoid isolating them. We must develop a holistic and bilateral approach that seeks balance and foments sacrificial love. That is how we grow in virtue while eschewing vice. That is how we become more like Christ. Thank you for watching. If you got value of this, please like and subscribe to my channel, and let me know what you think in the comment section. Thanks again. Take care.